The Gauls are one of the most iconic and prevalent enemies of the Roman Republic, with Caesar's campaign of sunshine and rainbows against them being the prominent example of Roman excellence, power, and of course, cruelty. And prime among the enemies of Caesar was an Arvernian Chad called Vercingetorix. So today, I'm going to try and change the course of history and properly unite the Gauls. All so we can take revenge on the dastardly Romans for all that sunshine and rainbows. Can we unite Gaul against the power and threat of Rome? Well, stay tuned to find out. And welcome back to Imperator Rome A to Z, where we are back to A, guys, with Arvernia. Because of the new update, a few mission trees have been added and updated, so we're going to be perpetually stuck on A, I believe, with all these updates coming. But today we're playing Arvernia, a Gallic tribe, in pretty much the centre of Gaul, with Arvernian heritage, which is actually okay, not great. We are a federated tribe as well, Druidic religion of course, and Arvernian gets spearmen, so it's a little bit better than some of the other cultures we could have in this region. And we are going to be playing with the brand new feature, the advanced AI on as well, guys. Ideas wise, we're going for loyalty of generals because we're a tribe, national slave output because we're a tribe, and morale of armies as well. So here we go, the protectors of Gaul, my friends. The settled tribes of Arvernia control the territories that connect the regions of Transalpine Gaul and Celtica, and as stewards of the important overland route that cuts through the Arverni highlands, they often find themselves involved in the affairs of their neighbours, regardless of whether or not they want to be. Their central location, while oftentimes a boon, brings with it troubles and complications. The hated Haedui tribes to the east have put pressure on their borders, while the Volcaeans and Salluvians to the south, themselves entangled with the Greek cities of the coast, have considered abandoning their contested territories and now turn their greedy eyes to the productive Arvernian homelands. Despite the challenges facing Galba Senatus, he envisions a future where his kinsmen rule over a mighty kingdom that will protect all of Gaul from foreign powers and internal threats. Let's get going with this mission, guys. It isn't the largest mission tree in the world, but it does require quite a lot of conquest, as we can see, and building up of the regions around us. Well, first things first, let's go for the ambitious magistrate getting claims on this region. We're also probably going to raise our levies right away, and that means we've actually got quite a lot of levies, honestly. That's pretty good. Obviously, they're in tribal format, which is terrible, but yeah, we're actually going to have quite a few levies. And if we look at the cultures, guys, as you can see, Arvernian is predominantly to our west, so we want to expand into Lemovicia and a Cumolensia as quick as possible. But what are our goals going to be for today, guys? Well, I think we want to unify Gaul and take on a big power. See if the Gauls can beat some of these more civilized people. So unification wise, I'm thinking up to the Seine and down to the Pyrenees, and then east wise, we'll just see what goes on with the Cisalpine Gauls. Alliance wise, I'm going to go for Santonia to start with, and then we're also going to try and get maybe Bitergia as well, because although, do they have Arvernian? Yeah, they don't really have any Arvernian pops. So for now, they'll probably be quite a good ally for us. Right then, let's press play, guys, and get going. Well, here we go, the ambitious magistrate, my friends. We can go for enslavement efficiency or archers forest and light infantry forest combat bonuses. Honestly, I kind of want more slaves so we get a bit more of an economic base early on. Don't clip that, boys. So let's go for this one. Also, it works better with the loyalty on this one anyway. Right then, straight into our first war, and we will bring the boys in just to keep those alliances and also hopefully stop them from declaring war themselves. Well, damn, we already lost 1k troops because of the tribal mechanics. I should have been a bit more diligent about that. And we can already see the advanced AI at work. They've already bought some mercenaries over there. Cool. Well, there we go. Nice, easy war to start with, boys. And that allows us to do advancing southward. Now that the victorious levies of Arvernia have smashed the pitiful armies sent against them, our bold chief magistrate Galba Senatus seeks to subjugate the territories to the south. There we go. I will unite Transalpine Gaul under our banner. It is our destiny to rule. So let's get straight into the next one, and they include these boys over here. So we'll actually probably go try and take them out to start with, but we've got to move quick here, basically, boys. The reason being because Rome generally gets a bit stuck on Carthage down in the south, so they either tend to go like Illyria and Greece, or they just go ham into Gaul. So there is a chance that they will come straight for us because we're the player, so we need to build up a strong power base. Well, this is a big battle. I don't think we're going to win it, in fact, so let's just see. Yeah, we've actually lost that. That is unfortunate. Hopefully the boys will come to our rescue. Well, they're not going to come to our fucking rescue if they keep attacking this guy, like, 2k stacks at a time, are they? Fucking hell, bro. Like, please, just do something good for once, allies, please. Damn, they're already getting loads of mercenaries. 8k of mercenaries. I'm a little bit scared by this advanced AI, bro, boys. Seems rather difficult. Well, I guess the only thing that we can do is recruit our own mercenaries, so... It's just the battle of the mercenaries, I guess. Well, it does look like we are going to finally win this one out after quite a bit of brutal back and forth. So let's smash this out. There we go. Just about to run out of money. We did have to neglect some research as well. So hopefully we've done enough to fully peace out now, boys. Well, there we go. Should be everything we can take now. Very nice indeed. Only 12 aggressive expansion. Awesome. Unfortunately, a lot of this land is this culture over here, which isn't even in the Celtic culture group. But now let's take Western expansion, allowing us to expand over to this side where there are more Arvernian pops, which is really the thing we're after right now. Well, let's do the oopsies with a few of our boys. Oopsie. Hopefully this will allow us to buy a new merc company if we need to. And the funny thing about this is, guys, you can play Androphagia in the new update who have the ability to devour people they've captured. And you can eat people of this age in that, but you can't do the oopsies with them. So that's just a funny little thing. Surely being eaten alive is worse. Damn, demonetized and cancelled on the same day. Well, the Massalians are getting a little bit scared of our rampaging Gallicness, so they basically want to pay us off. Now we can take this, getting some opinion, commerce income, import value, all that thing. We can demand they become a tributary under threat of war, or we can get claims on them. Honestly, I think they would be a good ally, so let's take that. That should help us with our monetary situation. We're also going to ally them. We have like loads of Diplo slots because of our Arvernian heritage, which is really good. And yeah, their troops will likely... They're not going to have loads of troops, like there's only 2k there, but it's heavy infantry and spearmen and heavy cavalry, so it's going to be a lot better than anything this rabble have to offer. Well then, it's time to take on Lemovicia and get all of our rightful pops back, my friends. They will have these boys in the war. Hopefully we can full annex them as well, and Santonia doesn't take the land. We're going to bring in all the big boys and let's go. Damn, someone's got a legion already. What the fuck? That's mad. What an absolute chadlord. And we just stack wipe the legion. Nice. Man, these guys are so dumb sometimes. They're just sending their like troops in 2k at a time against 7k, and they got absolutely hammered. Luckily, we were on hand to be the next punching bag for them, and we actually beat them, so... Jeez, man. Sometimes. Well, unfortunately, I think we've taken one too many defeats here, so we're not going to get anything from the other people. We might as well just take all the land that we can, and that is a load more pops for us as well, boys, so let's take that. We can also do a seat of power, moving our capital to Georgovia over here, which I believe is a city, right? Yeah, it's actually a city, one of the very few cities in the whole of Gaul right now, so that's pretty cool. A bit annoying that I deleted the fort there, though. Look at that, another 11 pops in a levy, boys. Very nice. Well, there we go, the seat of power, and I'm actually deleted that fort there, and I'm building a new fort here. We can also do a Druidian assaults over here, giving us a claim on these boys. So we actually do have quite a few claims. We've got claims up here as well, you just can't see them. So yeah, we've got a lot of claims right now, which is pretty nice. Well, a Druidian auxiliaries, we can do the levies, which gives us brave, which obviously is a good trait, but we can also do this one. We will send diplomats throughout Germania and Gaul in hopes of finding mercenaries for our armies. Now, I don't know what that does, but it sounds awesome, so let's do it. Well, here we go. We actually get a brand new sort of levy or legion, I guess, led by a grizzled general named Celtilos, and accompanied by his son, Vercingetorix. Oh my god, that is amazing. So I didn't need to look up the exact date, but obviously Vercingetorix like is a long way away in the future compared to now, like 295 BC. He's actually born, I think, like 82 BC, but it is pretty cool that he's in the game. So if it is him, of course, obviously that's probably a name that a few people have, like John in Gaul, but I'm assuming it's meant to be him, so very nice indeed. And here they are, the Arvernian warriors. Pretty cool. I don't think they're a levy or a legion. I guess they're just sort of a random event amount of troops. So we actually have tons of troops now. So let's get into Ambaria. We are going to bring in a couple of the boys again. Bitergia's in this, so I'm hoping we can piece them out pretty quickly. Massalia's asking for us to help against Saluvia. We will do that, but hopefully they can deal with that on their own. We'll see. He who would be king. Galbus and Artus, your agents have discovered irrefutable evidence of a treasonous plot. Keltilos, the mighty warrior who came to our aid in a desperate hour. He has been secretly attempting to gather support in an attempt to seize Gergovia himself. So he wants to become the king of the Gauls. He's telling everyone that he's destined to be those. Of course, we're going to let them live. We're not going to kill them. Because hopefully they do become our king. Well, there we go. We can piece out Bitergia now. Very nice. And that gives us Avaricum. Very cool indeed. Fucking hell, man. I've just seen it go past 49% 6 times now. 6 fucking times. 7 times. 7 times. It's clearly not 49% then, is it? That's fucking stupid, man. Come on. 8 times. 9 times. 10 times! 11, 12, 13, 14, oh my god, 15 times! 15 times on 49%. That is fucking lying. That cannot be 49%. Paradox, you are chatting absolute shit, because the same thing happens in EU4, the same thing happens in CK3. That is not 49%. I mean, technically it's possible to get to 15 times, but what is the chance? Like, what is the fucking chance at 49% chance? That's insane. That is insane. Our army has halved because of attrition now. Well, there we go. Let's take a Duia as well. 15 times, bro. It's insane. Well, now we can do the fate of the Heydui. Very cool. And we can either raise the whole settlement and gain 100 gold, which just, to me, doesn't seem like a good idea. Or we can get 2 innovations rather than 1, no gold, and make the Heydui all slaves. Yeah. Well, I think we'll do that one. Well, there's only 61 of them anyway, so hopefully we'll get some migration in here. One of our missions was to get devolved responsibility, so I have used those 3 innovations just to go down straight to it. Because when you're a tribe, you have no idea when the next tech is going to come. First tradition, boys, and that siege ability in the Celtic traditions is absolutely fantastic. But the 3 innovations here is actually better, so we're going to go down towards that. Let's also found a colony in the south. Hopefully that's going to allow us to convert these boys a little bit quicker. Well, we just went on a hunt, my friends, and this guy, who's got a fake beard on, that was the first thing we should have been suspicious of, has actually killed us. Great. Thanks, my friend. And now we've got Akko with only 4 martial. Great. I mean, Galba was only 5 martial. Apparently, we inherited an assassination attempt and we've just killed this random woman. Great. Well, good thing we can all attach to Keltilis because he's got 12 martial, but we are going to get into another war. We're basically just trying to expand as quick as possible. I don't really care too much about aggressive expansion. Obviously, though, our levies are taking a while to reform every time. So, yeah, we've just got to keep on going with this, and I think we'll bring in these 2 boys to help out. Not Santonia, because they might take some of this land themselves. And at the minute, we're actually losing centralization, so I am going to get coin minting initiative. And we'll probably get encouraged syncretism in a bit as well, just because it's so powerful. And then we'll try and obviously keep on building our centralization up. Well, there we go, boys. Nice and easy on this war. Pretty much the perfect war for us, because we hardly had any battles. We didn't need to siege too much. So yeah, it was pretty good for us. Let's then go into this war straight away. And yeah, we'll just keep smashing into people as long as we can. Well, we've built a mine in this little settlement here, so now we can do the Iron of Brevas as well. And we can choose between build cost and build time, or light cavalry offense and light infantry offense for 240 months, 20 years. Pretty darn good, honestly. I don't think many of these missions require like a huge amount of building, apart from that needs a great temple in there. So honestly, I think we go for the military stuff, because that's what we're mainly doing right now. Well, there we go, boys. We need to recover some troops now, so I am going to get out of this. We're a major power already. That seems honestly insane. We've only got 500 pops, bro. That's not much. Well, there we go. Celtillus is now going to become a prominent family. Very cool indeed. But goddamn, look at Rome go. Like, if we have to fight Rome soon, we're absolutely screwed, my friends. And I think just in case that does happen, we're going to ally Belgia up here and potentially look at an alliance with Carthage, although they pretty much hate us right now. Right, let's get off closed society over here so that we're not losing centralization anymore. Well, we've built a couple of farming settlements, allowing us to do this mission, giving us some nice little bonuses for those 2 territories over there. I think it's time, boys. We're going to have to dissolve our alliance with Massalia and go for fighting them. Basically because we need this land for one of our missions, and then we also need land over here. And I'm very worried about Rome. Look how quickly they've expanded into the north here. Because we're the player, I'm assuming they're just coming after us. Luckily, at the moment, they are in Illyria, but this is kind of scary. To be fair, I think the easiest route of expansion right now is over here with all these small, tiny boys. So let's do that. We're also going to bring in everyone because, honestly, we do need the help in the wars because we've not got much manpower. And there's also so many forts. Like, it's the worst thing in the world because, like, we have such a low siege ability, but there's just so many forts. So it just takes forever to siege everything down. Well, there we go for our next military tradition. Let's get those innovations, boys. I think, honestly, those siege engineers, after what I've just said, is probably a good idea. Let's go for that. And we do need to build a grand theatre at some point, so we're going to go towards open religion. There goes one of the boys. There goes another one. And another. Well, there we go. Cleaned all of those boys up. Fantastic. Very nice. And I think, honestly, we're going to get straight into these guys. Unfortunately, Segusiavia is going to come in. But yeah, I think that's the best thing that we can do right now. I need to take this for a mission. That's going to give us claims over here. And then we need to take this area. And then by doing one of these missions down here, we can release this area as sort of a feudatory, as a buffer state. And 100% I'm going to do that, especially with Rome being on the border there. I am actually going to get some mercenaries for this. These are quite expensive, but we can afford it for 100 months. Right then, let's get into these boys, bring in our allies once again. We're basically going to try and conquer probably most of Allobrogia, I'd say. But while we're here as well, let's found a colony in Biturigian. And we're not going to integrate any just yet, just because they are like mostly our culture group, apart from Aquitanian. And obviously that means they'll assimilate a lot quicker. Right, let's get rid of these boys over here. Oh, they won't accept. That's fine. Well, these boys will actually accept it now. Nice. Well then, guys, I think we're just going to peace out there because I don't want to take too much aggressive expansion, seeing as I want to get into these boys straight away. So we're just going to take that. That's going to allow us to do crossing the Rhodanus over here. We do need to do unite the Volcaeans as well, so that includes attacking these boys, and I think we will do that. I think that's the next thing we'll do. So we'll wait for the war exhaustion to tick down. We'll actually disband our levies, let them get a little bit better. We'll also probably keep this mercenary company around. We'll just see. Man, this Rome is insane. I don't think I've seen Rome be this fast at expanding in like 30 years. For quite a while, honestly. Might be something to do with the fact that we're playing right next to them. But yeah, they are fighting Epirus right now. As long as they keep on going this way, I'm happy, boys. But as soon as they start coming this way, that's when we get a bit sad. Right then, boys, let's get into this little fight. This should be okay. We will see. Hopefully Massalia doesn't bring too much to bear against us. Well, I was going to carry on this war and try and subjugate these boys because we've got this mission to have 4 subjects. But unfortunately, no one will give us military access. So I think we're just going to have to take everything that we can down here. And yeah, that's about it, boys. Let's go. What I am going to do, though, is integrate Massalia. And like I say, there's no point integrating anything that's our culture group like Celtic. But Massalian, definitely a Greek culture. That's fantastic to start with. We can study their ways of war to get their ways of war as well. Very nice. And then they should provide like some better, heavier troops. So let's do that. Well then, boys, we are going to get straight into these guys. I know our aggressive expansion is high, but we really just need to get on with moving because Rome is moving even quicker. Like, it's kind of pretty scary right now how quickly they're moving, so we just need to do as much as we can. Well, these boys are out the way, nice. Well, here we go, natural resources giving us some more tribesmen as well, awesome. There we go, that was actually quite a bloody war, my friends. 24,000 losses on their side, but 19,000 losses on our side as well, so quite bloody. But we are just going to take everything. It's only 9 aggressive expansion, as it shouldn't be too much anyway. There's not much pops. And that allows us to form the Salluvian Confederacy. And yes, we are definitely going to be releasing them. Very nice indeed. And man, look at their colour. Like, they are pretty much indistinguishable from our land right now. Right, it is definitely time to chill out, let aggressive expansion tick down, try and get some stability, and hope that Rome doesn't decide to attack us, basically. Man, what is happening to Carthage in this game? Of course, the game that we need Carthage to take on Rome, they just completely fall apart. I mean, look at this. Terrible scenes over here. Although Carthage would actually accept an alliance now, so we will do that. Don't know how useful it's going to be when Carthage is this crap this game. But anything that distracts Rome is better than nothing. Let's found a colony in Aquitanian as well. And we do have Massalian integrated still, but there's only 6 citizens now, seeing as we lost actual Massalia. We basically just want to use them to give us some knowledge of warfare. Please, please give us some knowledge of how you use spears properly. And while we've got low stability anyway, let's go for council legal authority because we need it for a mission. Damn, Rome is just not stopping right now. They are going ham down here. It's kind of crazy. Well, we've got 2,000 manpower now, so we can do the gates of Brivas. In order to protect the city of Gergovia, Acco Galbus has decreed that the forests near Brivas be fortified. So basically, all of these provinces here have got -3 combat width and +2 hostile attrition, which honestly is amazing. If they sit on our capital, they're going to have 2 attrition base, plus the attrition that they're getting from the siege anyway, so that's honestly fantastic. I love it. Actually, no, it's not the capital, it's just these areas down here, so we should probably build a fort in here at some point. I know, we need to chill, but I want some Massalian pops. So we're going to come down here. All I'm going to take is this province here because it's got quite a few Massalians, 21 Massalians in this province, which we want to hoover up, seeing as they're integrated. And they'd actually accept right away. We didn't even need to fight a battle. So there we go. Only 6 aggressive expansion. And now we'll probably chill for a little bit. I can't promise anything, boys. Founding a colony in Santonian, boys. There we go. We've just tipped over 25 centralization. So we can do Unite the Volcaeans. That also allows us to release them as a tributary or feudatory, but yeah, we are going to keep them. We are not going to be releasing these boys. This area is actually quite good for us. We've actually managed to assimilate so much of the population already. 28 Arvernians just in this one province. And for our next tradition, let's go for that levy size multiplier. We're gonna definitely need it, I think, boys. I could have sworn we get 15% spearmen, but apparently we're just getting none now. Yeah, 15% spearmen, so surely, like, in this 14, there should be at least 1 or 2 spearmen here, but absolutely 0. And we got our first actually researched inventions, guys, so we're going to go for open religion, and then I'm going to put 2 into military so we can get some more discipline as soon as possible. And now Rome is in a big war against Thrace, and normally Thrace is an absolute pain to fight. So hopefully they get embroiled in some like horrible wars against the Seleucids and Thrace over here. But look how quick they're going. 258 BC. I don't even think I've done expansion this quick playing as Rome, man. This is insane. Fair play. Kind of scary though. Right then, guys, we're down to 30 aggressive expansion. We can't get any more allies, unfortunately. So we are just going to get into the action once again. Hopefully we can come all the way up to here. We're going to bring in Carthage because why not? I mean, they're not doing anything else by themselves, are they, to be honest, boys? So this is going to be quite a big war. All of these boys all mixed together. So yes, let's get into it. And yeah, Pictonia does have a level 3 fort, man. Level 3. Why? No. Well, there we go. The war genuinely wasn't too bad. It's just this aggressive expansion that's going to be bad now. Let's see. Well, we're going to have to piece out everyone separately because the war score is too high. Well, there we go, boys. Juicy borders now. Look at those. We do look big, but we're not that big. 400 of our main pops isn't that big, honestly. But now we can proclaim the Arvernian League. Let's do that. Juicy. And now we just need to save up 500 gold. I don't think we need to worry too much about this for subjects. Although, if we do that, all countries with Gallic culture will gain 50 opinion of us, and we'll get +3 Diplo rep. So maybe this will do better, but I don't really know. I kind of just want to get down to here where we become a kingdom. Wait, actually, we can become a kingdom. What do we need? We need Alps Cotii, which we've given away. So I'm assuming we do need to do these to get it back. Well, there we go. A brand new ruler, Marginus Senatus. Not very good on the old finesse. Honestly, I've no idea where Vercingetorix has gone, guys. He's just disappeared. I'm also going to put us into appeasing stance to get rid of our aggressive expansion a little bit quicker. Well, Rome just declared war on Carthage. And Carthage is already in this war, so hopefully they peace out of this Gaetuli war pretty quickly. But this is not good for us. Basically, I'm just going to be trying to defend the borders if I can. I mean, the Salluvians do have a decent amount of troops, but surely we can't stand up to Rome. And Carthage just can't even fight the Gaetuli, which is damn right embarrassing from their part, so yeah, we'll see what happens. Oh, but damn, Rome is having some rebellions down in the south of the country as well. So, do we do something stupid like we usually do, guys? Maybe, we'll see. I mean, we've got a 30k stack. A 30k stack of absolute trash, but it is a 30k stack nonetheless. So, there's active drill. We actually have some discipline. I mean, problem is, though, most of our troops are just like light infantry and archers. That is not going to stand up against Rome. Well, here they come. Here come the troops. And I think the Salluvians are going to be a little bit surprised by the power of them. Well, here we go. Fighting a battle against them. And we actually win. I was not expecting that. Honestly, I thought that 14k would still smash us. But then again, we do have Malleus Galbus over here. What a boy. 11 Marshal. Well, I was thinking that we might be able to make a run for Rome then. But it very much seems like we won't be able to. So honestly, I think we just get the hell out of here. This is not our war. Just know that we have done some damage to these places. Well, there we go. Carthage just took Sicily, so they didn't even do that much. Well, another ruler. Why is it always really old men that become rulers? Because that just destroys our stability every time. And Jesus, I've had 3 marriage proposals rejected, man. And now we've got to pay 147 for a marriage. Man. Crazy times. So we need to get this guy up to 80 popularity. So we are going to hold some games. And I mean, the other thing we could do is arrange gladiatorial debuts, but we don't really have any way of doing that right now. So I'm thinking of potentially attacking one of these sort of small nations that don't have any allies and just using that for it. Let's also encourage syncretism. We might as well use that happiness while we can. Well, there we go. He died straight away. And now we've got a 76-year-old in charge. I'm sure they're not going to die straight away as well. Well, there we go. That's a bit better, Carthage. Well done. Well done, my friends. And we've got an independence war down here, so I think we go deal with that quickly. Right, let's attack Mandubia. I know our army's down here, but the Salluvians will go and deal with it. Well, there we go. Someone who's 57, so maybe they'll last a little bit longer, because we're kind of just stuck in a horrible sort of spiral of low influence, low stability, low money. So, yeah, maybe. But everyone is disloyal now, apparently. Well, there we go. We've dealt with this little war over here. And damn, I should have imprisoned them. Why? What am I doing? Well, at least we can do that with these boys. And of course, we get Elysia in this war as well. Nice. And there goes Scale the Walls. That extra siege ability is actually going to be pretty darn tasty. Well, there we go. This time I've got to remember that we imprison them. So let's do that and imprison the leaders. Let the rest disappear. There we go. Now let's chill out and see if we can do the rest of our missions. Well, isn't this a turnout for the books, my friends? I mean, we've got 4 Roman pops. Huge amount of Roman pops. I think we do this, guys, because the Roman traditions are just so OP. Like, it's a bit stupid. I admit that. You know, for 4 pops, it's not great. Well, there are obviously ones that we picked up from over here, but I think we just do it. I think we do it and then try and get to the point when we can study their ways of war. We can't even do the ones with Greek as of yet because, yeah, okay, yeah. So their pops need to be 127 in size. So yeah, we do need a lot of them. So we can't study the ways of war just yet. But if the opportunity arises to maybe have some more Roman pops, it'll be good to have it already integrated, won't it? But we'll see whether it pays off. It's a bit of a risk. Ooh, so Rome is actually in a war with the Ptolemies right now. That is exactly what we need. We need Rome to get war exhausted, to get broken by the Ptolemies. Knowing the Ptolemies, though, I don't think they're going to come over here because they really don't know how to move their troops across the sea, so it's interesting, but we'll see what happens. And man, we are down to 12 stability, boys. It's so bad. We just keep getting terrible events, man. Terrible events. Right, we've got 500 gold. We now need 80 popularity and happiness of 75 with all the clan chiefs. All the clan chiefs are not very happy, so I don't know whether we can get to 75 with them. Like 36, 53. These guys maybe, but this guy not at all. So I'm going to try and make friends with him. So our popularity is 71. So we're also going to hold some games. That's 60 months of 0.1. Should get us there, but then we need 500 gold again. And then we also need to make sure all these characters are happy with us. This is the event I'm talking about, guys. This new challenger approaching. It's just so bad. Let's put a dent in that popularity. Yep, that's what we're going to do. So now we just need 500 gold, actually. That's good. So maybe... yeah, we've got, like, no stability anyway. So I might just neglect research. Although one of them gets low loyalty. That's fine. We can now do Gathering of the Druids. Let's go, boys. Well, there we go. In 1 month, the Druids will arrive at our capital. Awesome. Well, there goes the first of what is probably going to be a few Independence Wars, boys, because, yeah, we are very much struggling for stability right now. Well, here we go. Gifts from the Druidic Council. After what seemed like an eternity, 2 high-ranking Druids, Diviciacus Inducius and his younger brother, Dumnorix Awaroses, arrived at Gergovia, and the 2 men wasted no time in conducting religious rites and ceremonies intended to purify the capital. Malleus Galbus spent many hours in quiet conversation with the 2 druids, sharing his fears and concerns about the future, and as the days passed, the bonds of friendship joined the 3 together. It came as a great relief then when the druids gave their blessing to Malleus and told him that they would happily support the idea of the chief magistrate crowning himself the king of the Arvernians. On the day before the 2 men were supposed to leave for their home, Mr. Man approached the chief magistrate and informed him that the druids would bless the Arvernians however they so desired. The choice would be left to Malleus. Well, we can take 10 stability. That's probably the most short-term sensible option, but long-term it's probably not going to be amazing. This one, by far, long-term is the best, although we do need a great temple to do our next mission. However, we can just save up for that 281. It shouldn't be too long before we can get that. Well, there we go. Got rid of them, but we're about to have 2 more, so we're going to keep those troops available. And there we go, boys. We can form the Arvernian Kingdom. Let's absolutely do that. I don't know why we can form it now, even though before it said we need to own this area, but that's fine. We become an aristocratic monarchy. That is going to help out quite a bit. 4 tribesmen pops, and then Gergovia gets some extra bonuses as well. Awesome, let's go. And of course we need new ideas and everything, but we've pretty much been stuck on about 20 political influence for like 3 years. So yeah, events just keep absolutely ruining us. Well, there's another independence war. Let's go, boys. And our levies actually have been destroyed by our new situation, which is quite interesting. Although money-wise, we are making a lot more money now. How the hell do we dig ourselves out of this hole, man? Oh, it's not as bad as Arseca. I've got to say that. Arseca was terrible. Go and check that out if you haven't already. Make sure you like and subscribe this video as well. But yeah, I have definitely dug us quite a big hole. So let's see if we can get out of it, boys. Well, there goes these boys as well. Very nice. And man, we just got a dire advisor event giving us -5 stability for this guy. He's got 7 zeal. It's not that bad. Like, and he's the highest zeal we have, bro. What? 7 zeal is not horrendous, honestly. Oh my god, man. The RNG in this run is just insane. It's genuinely insane. And by pressing that button, we automatically integrated these boys. That's a bit of a shame because they were actually quite a powerful unit over here. but we do get that level 3 fort and the fort there in case Rome does attack. That should mean we do have some more Massalians too, which is good. And of course, more cities. Awesome. So basically now we just need to wait because all these tribesmen that are in the fields and everything like that need to become freemen or slaves. And then we'll see where we come out. Obviously, we need more stability. That is the main thing right now. Like, over ideas, over anything else. We just need stability. Well, we've got the Great Temple now over here, but we need someone with 9 zeal. Unfortunately, we don't have anyone in the country with 9 zeal. This guy's the highest. He's got 7. Well, there is actually this guy, but he doesn't have citizenship status, so I'm going to grant it to him, and then we're going to see, will that allow us then to make him? Yes, it will. Fantastic. Now we can do Guidance of the Gods. We get some well-earned political influence, finally, and Omen Power, plus 50% for 12 months. Well, the god of the Arvernians appeared to us in a dream and spoke to the king directly. Be not afraid, my child. For the next 12 months, I shall walk alongside you, and my presence will be felt by the people. My hands will open every locked door that is placed in your way, and no man will stand against you, whether on the battlefields or in the halls of my city, Gergovia. I don't know how to pronounce that. I keep saying it just differently every time. At the moment, the earth trembled, ripping Malleus from his reverie and leaving him lying in bed for hours, staring at the ceiling in a daze. The mission task Guidance of the Gods has now been completed. Awesome. Well, now we need less than 10 tyranny and we need 50 stability. So obviously this one's going to take a little while to do. Protectors of Gaul. Finally, we've got 60 more influence. I did spend 100 of that influence on getting our stability up, so there we go. Let's go for corruption, definitely, and then I think we go for loyalty again, and then morale. Hopefully we can get some better ones pretty soon. Let's also ally with Dumnonia over here. They seem to be doing pretty well on Britain. And we're also ally with these boys down here. It's basically just a bit of an alliance. We need to fight them. We need to fight the guys in the north. Don't really want to fight Rome, to be honest, but we will see, guys. First things first, we need to get stable. Well, there goes another war of independence, boys. That should be pretty easy to deal with. Well, there goes this independence war. Easy, boys. And of course, we have to get local unrest plus 2.5 for 120 months. 10 years. Yeah, that's really going to help out with all this. And of course, just as we had about 50 stability, we get a succession crisis. Yes. Of course, of course, of course. Because, oh my god, the kid, we did have a kid that was like, come of age. Did he die? Oh dear, oh dear. What have we got? A 4-year-old in charge. Never good. Never, never good, my friends. Oh dear. Well, now that we are sort of semi-civilized nation, my friends, or at least pretending to be pretty civilized, I think it's time we start founding some cities. It does cost a lot for us still, 50 influence and 200 gold, but we might as well while we can. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't expecting to find an otherworld portal in our treasury. And our king's only 6, but he looks like he's been, on the devil's lettuce. Well, there's another war of independence, boys. Should be nice and quick. Dealt with them pretty quickly. And Carthage has let us go, unfortunately. That is not good for us. And we didn't miss anything, as you can see. They just don't want to be allies anymore, so yeah, we need to start building back up our power base just when our stability tips up a bit again, and we've survived our guy becoming king. There we go, boys. Petition of the minorities. Really good for the provincial loyalty, unintegrated culture happiness, and the found city cost. Awesome. I think now we're going to go towards gradual economic integration because we need to start converting more and more pots. We've got 700 already, which is decent, but we need to convert a little bit quicker. We're also founding a colony in Salluvian to try and speed up our conversion down here. Well, finally, we can do Protectors of Gaul, my friends. Absolutely awesome. At long last, Ambikatos I Galbus will claim for Arvernian Kingdom a title that he truly deserves, one earned by brethren on the battlefield countless times, the Protectors of Gaul. Let all and any that think that they can meddle with Gallic affairs realize that the Celts have a mighty champion that will fight for them. Nice. So we actually get some pretty nice claims there as well. 100 influence again, which we'll use to found cities. And then manpower recovery speed, political influence, plus 0.15. That's actually really good. And the stability. That's all fantastic. Let's go. So let's finish off these missions, boys. absolutely glorious. So I think for the next missions, we'll probably just go for the Pearl of Transalpine Gaul, guys. I probably won't show us doing all of these missions because it's just like miscellaneous work in the background, but we are very close to going to war again. Let's have a look how old our guy is. He's 13 and he's only got 3 martial. I have put him on a martial education, so yeah, hopefully he gets a bit better than that, but we'll see. Well, finally, after a torrid few years, it is time to get back onto the offensive. So let's go. Hopefully 30k is enough to win this war, but we will see, boys. The one good thing is they have like no forts. They've only got 1 fort, so it shouldn't be too bad. Okay, we actually got defeated twice in a row, so I think we will just try and get out of this if we can. Well, we're actually getting absolutely slapped around here, boys. So I think we need to get a little bit of money and get some mercenaries. Well, there goes our ruler. He's actually got 8 marshals, so that's not too bad. He's also disciplined, so not bad at all. Well, there we go, guys. That was actually incredibly brutal. We lost a lot of men in that war, so we're just going to take what we can. 35 aggressive expansion. It's still a lot, but this is some nice land. And is there any cities up here? Yes, there is. There's 2 cities. Awesome. Very nice. Well, guys, new day, different shirt. And of course, I've been having a little look around, and we are in a much better place than we were a little bit ago with our horrendous stability and spiral of that. We are now a lot more stable. All of our pops are now starting to become freemen rather than tribesmen and slaves, so that's good. Not many more tribesmen left, probably all up here from the lands that we've conquered, to be honest. But we are in a very nice position. So there's one thing I want to do before we end this video, and it's already quite long, but I want to form Gaul. Firstly, because I don't think we've ever done this on the channel as of yet. So this will be the first formation of Gaul that we do in A to Z. So I'm just looking forward to doing that. That'll be cool. And second, because I don't even think I've ever done that myself, because, you know, I generally only play civilized nations, guys. I don't tend to play tribal nations in my free time, so yeah. I'm a true civilization enjoyer and barbarian hater over here. So let's keep going. We're only 4 techs away from gradual economic integration, so not too far away. I'm going to save money until then. Keep on building some cities. We are very much struggling for influence. That is one of the big problems for us, but we're also going to continue to expand as well. Well, this time we actually have all the mercs raised already, so we're not taking any chances unlike last time. We're going to bring in Turtalico, and we're going to go for Heiduia over here as well. And a level 3 fort there already. That's a little bit annoying. Why do the Gauls do this? Why do you build such big forts, my friends? And they do actually have a stack of 50k. Not great. And I do have to say, guys, this new advanced AI is way more challenging. It is a much larger challenge, you know. They get loads more troops. As you can see, there's a 15k stack of mercs there. They've got more mercs about as well. So yeah, it is way more challenging, which is really, really fun. And it makes the game a lot harder. So it's very interesting. Like, I think we're going to have to, like, fully death stack to even do anything in this war. Like, they've got so many troops. Well, guys, there we go. 77 war score. Quite a bit of a grind, but 54 aggressive expansion for this as well. And that does take a large chunk out of Travaria. Awesome. And we also get quite a few cities with this one. Let's have a look. Yeah, we've got a few cities taken in this war, so that is a good thing. We don't need to found those ones. And once again, let's buckle down for some building up of our nation. Hopefully we can get gradual economic integration soon, and then we can start spending our money on that and really start skyrocketing our power. Well, there we go. Finally, gradual economic integration, my friends. Well, boys, Lusonia over here's kind of been a bit squashed, so we are going to go for Aquitania. Take that from them. They've got no allies, so it should be easy. Let's see how many mercs that they do get, though. Well, they did get 1 mercenary company, but we absolutely squished it. Very nice. That was actually 2 different places we needed to form Gaul. Honestly, we don't actually have that much more left to form Gaul. Only a few more, and then we can form a glorious nation. Right, boys, we're also going to get straight into Armorica over here, because they do hold land that we need. So, yes, we're going to get straight into them as well. The main issue here is the fact that the province capitals on this island, we can't actually get to it because we've got 0 navy. So... that's fine. We'll just, like, manually occupy all of this, I guess. Well, we had to get some mercs, actually, to do this, so we're gonna use those mercs appropriately, obviously. Well, there we go. A little bit more complicated than it needed to be, but a good victory nonetheless. Tech-wise, boys, we're now gonna go towards liturgies just to try and get our money up. We need to get that cash. Well, guys, we've been chilling for about 20 years or so, building up our nation, a huge period of building. Let Ambikatos be known as Ambikatos the Builder, because we have done so much. Look how many cities we've got now, guys. I know it's not something that can rival Greece or Italia, but honestly, for Gaul, this is insane. I mean, look at Germania, look at Britain. We have a huge prevalence of cities. We pretty much have a city in every single province, apart from, I believe, there's one somewhere that we don't have a city in. This one, which we are building a city in. And we've built grand theatres in nearly all of them as well. Only the ones that we don't need to because they're already pretty much Arvernian have we not built them. We've also been doing this mission set and got a load of bonuses for Gergovia as well. Now look, it's 17 possible buildings from those bonuses, which is insane. And one thing I do find a bit strange is the fact that Rome hasn't attacked us yet, but honestly, literally every 5 minutes they're caught up in a terrible war over here that they get bogged down in forever. They've lost land as well to like rebellions and stuff like that. They're going far east. It's just a bit of chaos for Rome, so I don't blame them for not attacking us when we are pretty stable. The only thing that's not stable is our legitimacy, which is a bit of a mess. But now we have 1,583 Arvernians because of our massive campaign for conversion, and you can see us spreading everywhere. It's pretty darn good, honestly, guys. It's pretty good indeed. So it's time to come out of our splendid isolation and go into the north once more. Right then, boys, let's get into it. Our war goal is unfortunately all the way over here. It's Abyssinia over there, so we do need to be wary of taking that as quick as possible, even if it's going to be a bit of a nightmare. Luckily, they don't have too many forts, but that doesn't mean too much. And they have been at war with Britannia for ages. I guess they've just pieced out of that for a white peace now, but that's fine. And damn, I didn't realize our army maintenance was on low. So we've kind of screwed ourselves a little bit with that. That's not too good. Tech-wise as well, guys, we've just been working on civic techs, come down to liturgies, and now we're going down this side to get temporary office, and of course a little bit of build cost modifier as well. Well, there goes temporary office, my friends, and then after this, we are going to go back to some military techs, try and get a little bit more discipline. Well, boys, this war has gone a lot better than many of the other wars we fought over in this region. Still a little bit back and forth, but we are absolutely smashing them now. We need Genava to form Gaul, so we are going to piece out Ambaria separately. 13 aggressive expansion, not bad at all. We'll take this area and 2 cities as well. Awesome. Well then, boys, we can take the rest of the cities over here that we need to form Gaul. Obviously, I do want to take this land eventually as well, but we can't take it all in this war, so we might as well just limit the aggressive expansion while we can. Very nice indeed. Our borders are getting pretty expansive, and damn, Servatia is actually a tribal vassal of Rome, guys. So in order to form Gaul, we need to take on Rome and Servatia together. I mean, we were going to fight Rome anyway, so this is going to be interesting. Well, there we go. We can finally finish off the Pearl of Transalpine Gaul, my friends, and go for the Great Donation. Base tax +3. State same religious happiness and local noble happiness in Avenio, which is all the way down there. We are going to go for that legitimacy as well because we need it. We have low legitimacy right now. So this should be a huge 4.21 tax income. That is basically the same as our capital region with a city of 50. So that's pretty insane. So we'll go for stabilize and grow Armorica as well. Like I say, guys, we're not going to show all these missions because they are just the same every time. It's just building up regions, and that's what we're doing anyway. So we might as well get some extra bonuses from it. Well, there goes Quick March as well, guys. That's excellent. That means we can catch all these small, shitty stacks every time we fight them. Well then, boys, Treveri has actually been destroyed now, so we can just get straight into these guys. I'm only going to come up to the edge of the Rhine, guys. I don't think we need to go any further than that because those are the Germans over there. And for us civilized people like the Gauls, sorry, no laughing matter, but they are uncivilized barbarians across the River Rhine. So yeah, we're just going to come straight up to it. Well, there we go, boys. Literally took about 2 months. Very nice indeed. Oh, and I've just seen that Rome is at war with the Ptolemies. They are currently winning, and it's plus 29 war score. But I think we just need to go, boys. I think we need to go. Gonna get some good mercenaries. And when I say good mercenaries, I mean the ones that look Greek or Italic. We don't want any of these crap ones. Like barbarians, you know? Unlike us, of course, unlike us. But yeah, this guy, Etruscan, yep, let's get him. Always got much better levies over here. Well then, let's get into it. We're going to bring in Britannia. We're going to go for Helvetia. This is a big one, boys. Can we beat them? Whew, this is going to be tight. This is going to be tough, especially with that advanced AI on as well. Well, with the start of our war, we have Malleus II Galbus, an absolute Chadlord, who is about to lead us to victory against Rome. Hopefully, anyway, we'll see. Well, we're thoroughly ruining our barbarian brethren up here right now. But here comes Rome, so this is going to be interesting. Let's see if we can actually beat them. I'll set up this army properly as well. And we stack wiped a legion, boys. With mercenaries, of course, so not even our troops. But Rome decides to naval invade us. Great. And damn, yeah, they've peaced out with the Ptolemies, so we are about to be in for a world of hurt. So let's get a move in with these guys, try and take as much as possible. And damn, as soon as we send the boys down here, they're all just coming back. Like, all the barbarians are coming back. Classic. Well, boys, we've got our mercenaries down here. They might not have much food, but as is a staple with all our Gaul campaigns, we've got to try and sack Rome, haven't we? Like, it's just got to be done, my friends. It has to be done. And the Romans are thoroughly into our lands now, but this is one of the main reasons why I haven't deleted all of these forts. You can see we've got loads of forts still, guys. Normally I tend to delete them, but when you've got such a wide open space like this, you want forts. You definitely want forts. And honestly, level 1 forts don't cost that much money, so we should be okay, though. I'm just waiting for the sacking of Rome, and then we'll see what we want to do. And there it is, boys. I didn't even get a pop-up about it, but we have, in fact, sacked Rome. Very, very nice indeed. Let's also desecrate the temple of Jupiter Optimus Maximus. There we go. I'm sorry, Rome. It had to be done, my friends. Well, damn, they're still -4 away, and they're about to take our capital. This is not good. If we can maybe just rush to, like, these two here, I'm hoping we can get enough. And damn, they took our capital. Never good, never good. But let's see, can we take it? We can. Awesome. I did want to take this as well, but unfortunately, we don't have the war score for that. So we've just got to take what is in the form Gaul, and that should be everything once we've taken that, boys. So awesome. Let's do it. And there it is. That is the option that we want. Form Gaul, my friends. So this is a tier 3 formable, so not the highest level that we can get, but a tier 3 is very good from starting as a tribe. We're going to lose our glorious name, which is a bit of a shame. We're going to change our name to Gaul. Lots of citizens and pops and all that sort of thing. We lose emergent capital, but we get center of civilization in Gergovia, which is awesome. And Arvernian Kingdom gets a national spirit for 250 months, loyalty of characters, national citizen happiness, and national freeman happiness. We become an empire as well, and we get claims on everything that we basically don't own in Gaul. Let's do it, boys. Come on, let's go. And damn, that is filthy. That is filthy. That is a filthy map color as well. I kind of like it. It's kind of like bleached. It's, you know, it's kind of a pastel-y color rather than a bright color. Let's see what we sort of look like on that map. And then what about the terrain map mode? Yeah, it's like hardly even a color on the terrain map mode. It's a filthy color, but that is absolutely awesome. Look how glorious we look, boys. And now, of course, we get 4 ideas. We can't actually get the level 3 ones yet, unfortunately. Not in religious and civic anyway. And to be fair, we're very close. So what I might actually do is just wait until we get level 8 in both of these. And then we go, research efficiency has been good for a while as well, guys. So how far behind are we? We're ahead of time by 16 years. Honestly, that's very good for starting in the position we did. And honestly, guys, this has been one of my favorite runs so far. I honestly didn't think that I would like a tribe as much as I did. So yeah, it's been really, really fun. If you are enjoying this, make sure you do like and subscribe. And I'd recommend you check out the Bosporan Kingdom video that came out recently as well, because that was pretty fun. Well, there we go, guys. New ideas. Made a bit of a mistake. I meant to press the one next to this, which was Integrated Culture Happiness, but I accidentally pressed that, but that's fine. We'll change that around. Unintegrated Culture Group Happiness, Provincial Loyalty, and Discipline. Very nice. Well, guys, now that we have formed a glorious Gaul and beaten Rome once in war, there's only a couple of things left to do. First things first, we're going to take over this area over here. And then the second thing is to beat Rome once again and destroy Rome. So let's see whether we can do that one. That one's going to be quite hard, to be fair. Well, this is an interesting event that I have never seen before. The Galizenai. You have travelled far, and yet the woman will let you go no further. None with a shaft between his legs may cross the water, an old woman cackled. King, chief, or farmer, only a woman may visit the sacred island. You look out across the foggy water, only seeing the faint contour of the blessed island out beyond the waves. The 9 priestesses of the Galizenai dwelt on that island, and if the crones were to be believed, they could turn themselves into beasts and command the winds. You came here because you needed their help. Then you go, crone, you bellow at the old woman. I have business with the Galizenai, but I will honour the gods and go no further. The old woman smiled broadly, with not a tooth to show for it, and held out her open palm expectantly. Her dim eyes rolled back and forth in a crazed manner, looking at everything except you. Reluctantly, you place a pouch of coins clinking softly in her hand. What will my chief want the sacred priestesses for? She asked in a mocking tone, her eyes suddenly fixed on you, unblinking. Well, blessings-wise, we do have epilepsy, so I don't really care for getting it cured, though, because we get 2 zeal from it, which is quite good. But yeah, we can light a torch for the future is dim. I have no idea what that means. Good fortune at sea, we don't want that. Or we can get favour in the battles to come. One thing to note, though, that gold pouch must have been the size of a mountain, because we're giving her 1,194 gold. That is basically the equivalent of 4 grand theatres built in our land. So, yeah, it's a pretty big pouch of coins. Well, basically nothing really happens, guys. She grabs our blade and begins to chant. The chant is soft at first, but grows in intensity as she cuts into your hand, the blood soaking the sand below. You feel weak, and as the priestess breaks into screaming, you fall to your knees with darkness enveloping you. You awake hours later as light starts in the east. The priestess stands above you expressionless. As you try to sit up, she walks off. This option will have no effect. Okay, great. Have they basically just scammed us? Like, that seems like a bit of a scam, my friend. Well, here we go, boys. This is what we're going to take. We're going to take all of that and just this little piece of land here. I know we're the other side of the Rhine with that, but it just fills out this province here. So, very nice indeed. Let's go. And that will actually rise us up to great power. How many territories do we actually have? So we could only take 4 and not become a great power. So yeah, we definitely are going to take this. Unfortunate that we have become a great power, but that's fine. Ooh, and Rome just had these boys pop out of them. So we're going to declare war instantly and see if we can nab it. Well, there we go. We actually did manage to nab it. Awesome. And what's actually amazing right now is, although we've got less than half the pops of Rome, we've got more of our primary population. They've got 1,300 Hellenic Romans. We've got 2,200 Druidic Arvernians. That's pretty insane. So, yeah, we're doing better than Rome in terms of cultural assimilation over here. I mean, look at that. Glorious. Well then, boys, we're also going to get into Liguria over here. We might as well just take this little piece of land. They're kind of just in the way for when we want to invade Rome. And there goes military reforms as well, boys. Awesome. And, like, what is the deal with this province, Raurica, over here, guys? Like, it's such a weird province. It's like these provinces all here are very weird. Like, they're so strange. Like, they're very strangely shaped. Like, combining those two together might be a good idea. Well, there we go, boys. I'm not going to go after Etruria. We're just going to take this. Well, boys, we're also going to move to Royal Guard. That's going to mean we have slightly less troops, but I am going to raise a legion. Well, that's the best we can go for right now. I'm thinking we have spears on the flanks to counter their heavy cavalry, our heavy cavalry at the back with the heavy infantry at the front. I think that'll be okay. Not even that much maintenance either. Well, there we go. A brand new king, Taximagalus the First. Not the best king in the world, to be honest. Well, there goes cohorts. We've done a lot of military tech now, so we should be a little bit stronger. The main issue, of course, is just the fact that our levies are not very good at all. Well, boys, it's finally here, the Gallic invasion of Rome. We've got to choose this very, very carefully indeed. Let's go for Transpadana over here, the one it was already on. And yeah, they're not in another war, although they did just fight a war down here. So I'm hoping they've, you know, got rid of their troops and we can just sort of swoop in. But that is kind of wishful thinking, I've got to say. I think the rest of our troops, though, we're going to have to just death stack them and just go as fast as we can to try and do this. Well, there goes the war goal, guys. So we are just marching down into Rome. Looks like they've got a slave revolt down here as well. Look at that. That is interesting. One of the really annoying things is the fact that there's no forts over this side. So we can't just rush a fort over this side and block them off from coming up here. Well, things are going pretty well so far. We've managed to smash them back. We've lost a couple of battles, but that's it. So yeah, things are looking good. Well, huge battle here, guys. 68k versus 37k. Looks like we're going to win. So things are looking up for us, boys. We are stack wiping them now all over the show. They do have some troops over here, of course, which is expected, to be fair, but that's not bad. And there we go. We've done growth of our Armorica as well. Nice. And there goes the Siege of Rome, boys. Absolutely glorious once again. Although that didn't actually move the dial on the war score. Interesting. And damn, we lost our capital. Never good. Never good. And look at this. The Southern Italics are rebelling now as well. Awesome. Awesome. That's what we like to see, boys. And Rome is really not happy. We're absolutely crushing them, boys. Our levy is an absolute monster. It's just destroying them. This is so fun. I never thought I would have so much fun fighting Rome, you know, especially when they're, you know, they're not crazy big, but owning Greece and owning this part of Anatolia means that you're pretty rich and pretty strong. You've got a lot of pops. I mean, they've got, what, more than double our pops? Yeah, we've actually grown quite a bit in pops now, so, yeah, but nearly double our pops. So, yeah, but we're absolutely destroying them. This is amazing. And there we go. This is a victory for the ages, guys. Look at this. We are going to take all of the traditionally Gallic lands in the north, including some Latin lands as well. Or, sorry, should I say Italic lands in the north, in Liguria and Veneto as well. And, of course, we're taking the jewel in the crown, boys. And it's only 40 aggressive expansion. That's actually insane. What a war. Let's just have a look at these stats. We killed 183k. They killed 136k. And look at all of these wins, man. Look at this. Look at that. That's insane. Oh my god, we've enslaved double the amount of pops and killed double the amount of pops as them. And look at that, look at that, look at that for them as well. This is so good. We've absolutely wiped the floor with them. I am so happy right now. I can't tell you how happy this makes me. Oh, what a glorious, glorious fight. Honestly, I'm so glad we got that Legion. Let's just actually watch it one last time. Hopefully this doesn't break the peace deal, but let's watch this Legion one last time. Here it goes. Boom, boom, boom. Well, we kind of need the other, we need the other one to do it, but there goes the, there goes, oh my god, our heavy infantry is so broken. Like, we've only got 200 heavy infantry left. That just shows you how much they've been smashing into the enemy. Oh my god, stack wipe as well, boys. Oh, what a war. Oh, and what a campaign. Honestly, this has been one of my favorite campaigns we've done on A to Z so far. I've really, really enjoyed it. So let's get this final peace deal out of the way, boys. Smashing Rome. Yes. And of course, we are going to sack the city and leave nothing behind of value. There you go, Rome. How do you like that one? Of course, we wouldn't keep Latium as well. We'll just release it as a client state. There's actual real Rome. Real Rome. Not this Rome. Real Rome. Roma over here. The boys with the snake on their flag. But look at those borders, boys. They are amazing. I mean, we probably should have taken this boy province as well. But honestly, guys, I'm not bothered. They're our brothers in arms. They've survived to the end as well, which I think is fair play. No point destroying them now, but those borders are just glorious, aren't they? I think honestly the reason why this campaign's been so enjoyable for me is the fact that we haven't been like massively blobbing. Like, we haven't been massively blobbing a lot of the time. You know, in this game, it's just blob simulator. You're just taking more and more lands as much as possible, and yet we do own a lot of land, but it's genuinely not like crazy amounts of land. We could have owned a lot more if we'd wanted to, and instead of that, we've been, you know, building up our nation. I mean, look at the amount of cities in there now. We probably have similar amount of cities in there as they've got, say, in Greece, honestly. Like, there's a lot of cities in Greece, yes, but we've got a lot more land, you know, spaced land, shall I say. That includes all this area as well. Like, we've got tons of cities. We've been building them up, you know. Jovia's got 17 buildings, 67 population, and it's on 97 civilization. I mean, let's compare that. Okay, I was going to say let's compare that to Rome, but let's compare it to, like, Ostia. But yeah, or Carthage. What about Carthage? Yeah, nowhere near the amount of civilization that Jovia has. So that just goes to show you we've been building up an absolute ton and making the Gauls semi-civilized, shall we say. But yeah, this has been so fun. I have really, really enjoyed it. We've had the ups and downs. We even had that death spiral of the low stability as well. In terms of where we end off, guys, we end off as the third largest power in the world in terms of pops, just behind the Ptolemies and quite a ways behind Rome, but I think we know that we can absolutely crush Rome now whenever we wanted to. Ptolemies is pretty big, but they're not as big as... Sometimes I see them, you know, get all of Africa and come across here as well. So not as big as usual, but Rome's just gone a bit mental. I think they got blocked off by the Ptolemies and then couldn't quite get into Anatolia. Culture-wise, as you can see, Arvernian dominates the Gallic lands. If we have a press on it, you can see pretty much all the way up to our borders, obviously, is loads of Arvernian. And if we'd played a bit longer, Arvernian would dominate down here as well. If we have a look at Druidic, as you can see, Druidic is actually a very powerful religion this game, and yeah, we've been converting pops. The only places where there wasn't as much Druidic was over here, but I'm assuming this Hellenic has come from from enslaving people from Rome, essentially. So culture-wise, we have 3,000 Arvernians now. I'm assuming that might be the largest culture group in the world. Maybe Roman is bigger, but that's probably the only one, and then maybe Macedonian as well. Macedonian, Roman, and Arvernian world, basically, which is pretty darn awesome, if you ask me. Economy-wise, obviously, we had a lot of catching up to do once we stopped being a tribe, so it's not crazy. 123 income, 88 expenses, 41 army maintenance right now with the armies that are still out there and moving around. But most of our money is actually from taxes this time, not commerce, unlike the Bosporan Kingdom, where it was pretty much all commerce. But that makes sense, you know, more inland cities, more tax-based with freemen, rather than, you know, trading with ports in the Pontus Euxinus. But what a fun campaign. I hope you have enjoyed, guys. Please do like and subscribe. It really, really does help the channel out. The next nation, I believe, is going to be Androphagia or something like that. Check out the Bosporan League video as well. That is very much good fun. And once again, massive thank you to some of the channel members, Pascal, David, and Zero. If you are interested in supporting the channel, you can do for as little as $1 a month down below. But without further ado, guys, Roma delenda est, and long live the massive Gaul.